ran their local half-marathon to raise awareness. One group even rode bicycles across the country in a race to end Congo's suffering. Across the country, a rapper-poet and friend to Joe began to speak out on how tungsten, tin, and tantalum, all components in our cell phones and other electronics, help fuel the war in Congo, exploiting tribes and perpetuating violence against women. A few people from Bend, Oregon also took the risk to talk about Congo, the impossible situation no one wanted to tackle. But they did anyway, their voices joining together to become a megaphone, a collective shout too loud to ignore. A group of women from across the United States heard their appeal and traveled to Congo to meet those most affected by the conflict. Belinda joined their cause. They met 10 women, including Esperance. All 10 had been victims of violence and had overcome incredible odds to start businesses, provide for their children, and even forgive their perpetrators. They asked Belinda and the others to tell their stories so the world would know about the vilest scramble for loot that ever disfigured the history of human conscience. So one began to tell the world through art, another through digital portraits, and others through blogging. And they haven't stopped since. When Belinda learned Esperance had escaped the warring militias, she cried tears of joy. Esperance and her sisters found strength in each other, their communities, and their new friends across the world. Now they are helping other women, their sisters, some as young as 15, to heal from rape and rebuild their lives. Some are also working to mitigate future violence. Today, thousands of peacemakers are changing Congo, and their numbers continue to swell. With their friends from across the United States, they are waging peace to save Congo one village at a time. A poet and a blogger, a few warrior moms, 2 tenacious pastors, and a crew of volunteers offered their gifts, their strengths, their vulnerability, and their grit to inspire a sea of Congolese women, heroes on the front lines of suffering, to change their forgotten corner of the world in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Can we change the world? I believe people like you will do extraordinary things when given the chance, turning some of the most entrenched, seemingly intractable situations of our day into something hopeful, something possible. I've seen it firsthand. Students who took the time to help a child in Ghana learn how to overcome a life-threatening disease. A young couple who helped a woman they just met to escape a war in Sierra Leone. The gutsy, overworked doctor who helped a frightened mother deliver a baby girl only hours after an earthquake hit Haiti. I believe there are no ordinary people, only people who are bold enough to think they can save a life or some corner of the world and fierce enough to try. Seismic shift. I am convinced the world's suffering lingers not because people aren't willing to help. Faith, compassion, and justice stir the souls of many. They are bloggers, technicians, musicians, entrepreneurs, artists, writers, nurses, electricians, rappers, moms, politicians, PhDs, lawyers, students, researchers, and doctors. They are you, and people like you, a groundswell of individuals who simply refuse to accept the world as it is. They want to give their lives to something more, something greater, something possible. But we cannot change the world the way we used to. The vision of the past is insufficient to carry us into the future. While we honor those who have given their lives before us, their sacrifice, their ingenuity, and their perseverance, we are on the cusp of a seismic shift in how we bring change, moving from an era of a few extraordinary heroes to an era where tens of thousands, even millions, will effect change. We face a crisis of vision, not will. I meet people every day who long to be part of meaningful change but experience disappointment instead. You may feel this way too. You may wonder if you can really make a difference, if you can genuinely impact the world. You understand the urgency, the gravity, real people, real lives, 1 billion hungry, 27 million slaves, and why we must do something. You may even understand what can be done, but you may not know how. Unfortunately, the idea